Hi folks, welcome back. What I did offline is I followed everything with a knife. I straight cut for the whole face, the hat, the nose, the mouth, the cheeks. Here I did everything but the cheeks here, which I can just do like so. Okay. And then on this side. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut out the whole rounded portion here. So what we're going to do is just cut this portion out here with a knife. Cut this out over here. And actually we're going to cut underneath that hat. Okay, so you can see a little bit better. Like just cut that portion of it out where the eyes and the hat meet. Okay, or where the eyes go underneath the hat. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just trim this out. Okay. And we're going to do the top portion of this hat as well. So we're just going to cut off. Be very careful because, folks, the grain is running in the opposite direction. It's a little more challenging. Like I said before, that's why I cut it offline, so it'd be a little bit more clear. I made the brim of the hat just a bit taller. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. We're just trimming things out. Alright, nose, I'm just going to cut that portion out. Well, you can make that a lot deeper where the hat and the nose meet, right at that corner. You're going to have to round that nose off a little bit anyway, just like so. Like, see how we did that? The same thing on this side. The characters are basically the same as the other video I did. It's just going to be a little different looking, and they always look a little different when you do these, you know. No matter how many you do, they're always going to look a little different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and trim the part. I went a little higher. Let's see if I can erase that at the top. I can. Perfect. Alright. So what we're going to do, you always have to be mindful of what is ahead of something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig this out a little bit here. We're just going to round this off. The face stays pretty well flat. You know, you're gonna notice that that brim of that hat is gonna stay there the way it is. We're just gonna dig out behind there a little bit. Same thing over here. Kind of just want to round this off at the top. That won't hurt it any. And don't forget, we're going to have to cut this a little deeper too. And we're going to have to keep the tassel in there. We'll worry about that last. We'll do that towards the end. I'm just rounding it up a little bit. Okay. Same thing over here. We're going to round this off. I'm going to start trimming that beard out a little bit. We can make that look deeper, and I'll show you that in a second. V-cuts do a lot to make it look deeper than it really is. And we'll go up from this side, like so. We're going to chop some of this off here. That's good. There we go. A lot deeper there. I'm trying to do as much of this online so you can see how to do it. It'd be easier for me just to get offline and show you what parts have to come off, but I think most people enjoy seeing the actual thing progress. Okay, this is going to be a little bit rounded here. This is not going to be an absolute stop cut here, as you can see. Okay, so when we come back, I have this cut out, and don't forget we need to put the tassel in there. So you see where the top of that ball is. This is going to be a little bit lower right here than the rest of it. So when you go to cut this out, you just want to be mindful of that. You just want to make sure you cut a little stop cut there so you can see that that's separate. Okay. Just like so. And you have to be ever mindful how the grain's running with this, because it's a little different, definitely different than the first one that we did. The others will be a little bit easier because they will run with the grain a little bit more. If you're lucky enough to have a piece of basswood that's running up and down and is wider, that would be better. But this is where, but I do believe because of this, the stump is connecting the actual two pieces together, it's better to have it the way we have it. Because basswood isn't real strong when it comes to dropping it, you know, and things, if it's just hanging on. You know, if it's running with the grain this way, it's going to snap off. Now see right here, we need to trim some of that off in there. So I'm just going to take my little gouge here, and I'm just going to start trimming some of that out. As I'm going with the grain, it's a little easier there to do. I don't want to lose that line, so I'm going to put that line back in there. Okay? And we're just going to dig some of that out to that line, because that's going to kind of be our little V cut there anyway. But I want this to look like it's underneath the beard. And really, if your little gouges are nice and sharp, it does make a world of difference. You know, it really does. So you see how we're going up against there? We're going to make that a little more deeper. We're going to dig that out. Maybe do that with a knife. There we go. And see, and a couple of cuts can make a world of difference on how a piece looks. See where the beard is? That doesn't look right to me yet, so we're going to take quite a bit out of there yet. Okay, just to make it look a little more deeper. Okay, just like so. I see our time is up, folks. I'll be right back with the next segment.